As these fiat money currencies around the world collapse in real time, and as these central banks are now exposed as having nothing on their balance sheet but hamster poop, people are realizing that super hyper Bitcoinization is the way to fight super high hyperinflation. So that's what we're at the end game of the 300-year experiment of central bank.
Max Keiser, a Bitcoin enthusiast and panelist at the Bitcoin Miami conference, shared a somber outlook on the future of central banks while expressing optimism for Bitcoin. In recent months, the banking system has faced significant challenges, leading to the potential demise of regional banks and the consolidation of the fragmented banking system under institutions like J.P. Morgan. Keiser, a longtime supporter of Bitcoin since its early days, firmly believes that Bitcoin holds the solution to the corrupt fiat system. He demonstrated his conviction by relocating to El Salvador, where Bitcoin is recognized as legal tender. As a panelist, Keiser highlights how El Salvador serves as a model for other nations to adopt the Bitcoin standard and thrive. Let's listen to Keiser's insights.
Please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to drop your comment and observations in the comment section below. Thanks and enjoy the video.
Because crypto is just reinventing fiat money, and that's that term. The shitcoins, and the CBDC is a shitcoin. They're reinventing fiat money. All derivatives based on shitcoinery are just fiat money, centralized, and not worthy to have a discussion point. But in terms of adoption around the world, there's a scale of urgency. And countries like Lebanon, obviously, with the central bank collapse, there's an urgency for Bitcoin. And the people who had Bitcoin survived. And this is playing out globally. Here in the United States, there's less urgency because we are the empire. We are the world reserve currency for the moment, but that'll be changing very quickly. The number of people joining BRICS is vastly faster than the number of people who want to join NATO. So we're entering into a BRICS versus NATO global bifurcated financial world, and the global south is skewing toward perfect money, that is Bitcoin. And we see that in El Salvador, and that's permeating in the region. So the Central American region will be hyper-Bitcoinized. And then, of course, Africa is going the way of Bitcoin for the same reason, because they've been left out of the 20th century telecommunications revolution that occurred, but they're going to leapfrog into the 21st century revolution with Bitcoin. And so the US is probably, and the UK are probably, as to use an inelegant term that one who's into the farming industry might know, sucking hind tit. Well, the template that's being established in El Salvador is one that can be copied by other countries. The playbook essentially is making Bitcoin legal tender. Then securities laws were introduced that would support Bitcoin as money, and everything else would be considered a security. So here in the United States, this is still a vague and gray area that's battling every day with the SEC and Gary Gensler. But in El Salvador, we've already made it clear that only Bitcoin is money and everything else is a security, right? So then there's a new regulatory commission to help enforce those laws. There's the Bitcoin office, which is a gateway into Bitcoin, as well as the Association of Bitcoin, which allows for Bitcoin companies to make their way into El Salvador. So there's institutionally and structurally, there's now a playbook, and there's now things that you can do to mimic what's happening in El Salvador, and you too can have an economy that's growing strongly. Tourism is booming, and it's going to be probably the fastest growing economy in the world at this time next year. No, this is the fun part. Yeah. We put in all the work, and now this is the fun part, to really enjoy the fruits of the labor. So we've been barns filling the world for, since 2011, and El Salvador, Tour de Meester, who was up here before, he was on Keiser Report in 2014, and we were speculating what country would become the first to make Bitcoin legal tender. We said it would be a small country, a nimble country, a country that seeked economic freedom. So now El Salvador was the first, and so we moved there. And so now we helped in 2022 establish the framework for all of these things to happen, and now in 2023 it's starting to get fun. So Fold is opening an office. You saw Jack Mallers is moving the headquarters of Strike to El Salvador, and there's my understanding is many more are coming. It's the global Bitcoin orgasm.
Oh my God.
We all cash together in one glorious block.
I'm with.
You see, the mommy Bitcoin meets the daddy Bitcoin, and they hash. And then there comes baby Bitcoin. That's how mining works.
To view the complete interview, click on the link provided in the description. Share your thoughts on Keiser's perspectives. Do you envision the US or UK transitioning to the Bitcoin standard? Leave a comment below. For more Daily Dose Crypto news, check out these 2 awesome videos on your screen. Click now and we will see you on the next video.